Nothing compares to this brilliance. I'm astounded at the mere depth of this cinematic achievement. Not only is it thrilling, but it has genius commentary on this broken world we live in. More like calling all racists. This movie is normal and definitely canon. Lady enters the chat. This is what the Avengers would have been if it was trained and aimed towards 2-year-olds. 9.8 out of 10. Grade A+. I have a turbulent relationship with this special. It has a lot of neat concepts, but also it isn't fully realized. It isn't absolutely hateable though, unlike other specials. It just sorta exists. I mean, I'm sorta glad it introduced me to Diesel 10 and Lady, but aside from that, it's just a boring diesel steam engine conflict. I do like that both sides are no better than the other though. In other words, mid-special. Well, off to rewrite it then. You do you, BEC does reviews. Enjoyed the childish interactive sections more than the rest of this. Boring. The model trains are cool still, and it wasn't an ethically questionable take on steam versus diesel. But oh my god, it's so boring. I'm bored just thinking about it. I like the part where Percy was a roller coaster. Thomas's second film op is not as grand as his first, but check out that model work, especially during the storm scene. My god, that was incredible. The conflict is pretty good. Love Emily's role too. Most of the songs are a bop, especially Busy and Trying to Do Things Better. The Learning Cement Incorporation was a pretty low move. It's overall a slog, but it's an alright slog that's made up with awesome model work and a pretty good plot. 6.8 out of 10. Official version of the movie with pointless and annoying learning segments is a 4 at best, but with this supercut, it's alright. Good message, some memorable scenes and songs. Could have been a bit shorter though, and less dull. Ultimately harmless. How to put a Thomas fan to sleep. Same, bro. Okay, at first, I used to like it a bit, this film, but nowadays, I don't. On second thought, this didn't make any sense. It's just a cliche Thomas story, that Thomas makes fun of Diesel and causes so much melodrama for the engines and the diesels. The diesels were right, and the engines were not pretty smart at the first half of the film. Don't get me wrong, I actually like Thomas and Friends, and I'm a fan of it. I'm gonna give this special a 5 out of 10. I honestly don't know what to rate this. Shit's boring. The learning segments suck. Granted, it's not for older audiences, but even as a kid I remember wanting to skip them. The plot's okay, I guess. I do really enjoy the bridge falling down and the destruction of Sodor during the storm altogether. I'm not a big fan of how they added Diesel 10 here. He doesn't feel like a threat like he did in Tatmer. The steam engines versus diesel engines segment was the best part in my opinion. I guess I'll just give it a 1.5 or 2 stars. Calling all engines to shut the fuck up. Calling all engines has more filler than Naruto. There's nothing of any entertainment value to anyone except babies. 1/3 of the movie is learning segments, while nearly all the rest is so boring you'll feel like you're back in school. Like being sent back to first grade as an adult. 1 out of 10. Does Sodor really need an airport? I mean, whilst there seems to be plenty of tourists, is there enough to support an airport? And if not tourists, then it'll become a cargo airport, which would make the already overcrowded cargo dock system redundant, leading to many people losing their jobs. Like, cool story, but the economic side effects of this decision could affect thousands. Another one that I have to write from memory. I have no idea where my DVD of this is, but I remember watching this a ton as a kid. Has Diesel 10 in it. 10 out of 10. Nostalgia, boy! This doesn't feel like a movie to me. It feels like an elongated Thomas episode. I do like how the Steamies and Diesels, or whatever, I don't know, are portrayed as equally naughty. That was fun. The models were great too, obviously. Dude, the storm scene, top notch. Great job, y'all. And Diesel 10 was good in this movie. Yeah, that's all the good stuff. The rest is mediocre. I hesitate to call it that, however, because it does have quite a lot of good stuff listed above, but the stupid learning sections were lame. The only good one was the one where Thomas pushed the wagon full of bridge parts. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. Yeah, the movie is now watched, so there. Better than most Land Before Time movies. 5.5 out of 10. Emily, character assassination. Finally, after 65 years, they solved racism. Now, after seeing all of those reviews, I bet you guys are once again curious about my opinions on Calling All Engines, and I'm gonna be honest, I could not watch this whole movie, bro. I could not sit through it. It was so damn slow. I had to put this shit at like 1.5 speed up, and I still could not sit through it. It was just kind of boring. I was like skipping around to the more interesting stuff, and yeah, when the movie is interesting, it's interesting and it's good, but I cannot sit through all those learning segments and all of the slogs. Wow. It's a pretty slow movie. It takes a lot of time to get going when it really gets going, and when it gets going, it just don't go hard enough. That's my opinions on Calling All Engines. Busy is a good song though, and I like the ending scene.